It's Football Friday here on 93.5 FM. Welcome, everyone, to Haywood County. It's where we're at, right here in Brownsville, Tennessee, the home of the Tomcats. Hardin County comes into Haywood County limping just a bit, 1-5 overall, 0-3 in the district. Haywood County 5-1 overall for this season. It's been a tough season, and now we come to a tough place to play. No matter what. Now, in saying that, the last time we were here, the Tigers got a big victory, 21-20 over the Tomcats, and have won 2 out of the last 3, one last year in Hardin County. But tonight, different teams. They're going to be really good. They're going to be really fast, and this is going to be a tough challenge for our Tigers. You're listening to the Central Bank pregame show right here from Brownsville, Tennessee. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll take a look at tonight's game when we return. Welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee, the home of the Haywood County Tomcats. I'm Steve Cornell, along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson, bringing you the action tonight as Hardin County invades Haywood to take on a really good Haywood team. As I said in the opener, Hardin County 1-5. They lost last week to Chester County. They fell to 0-3 in the district. Haywood County 5-1. It's senior night here at Haywood County High School. This is their last game here, as they'll be on the road the rest of the way out. But the Tigers tonight, it's going to take a maximum effort against these Tomcats. And, Kirk, you know, we played pretty good football in the first half of just, I think, every game so far. The second half is what's been the killer for us. But in this game, we come in, like I said, limping some. We're hurting from a season that we didn't expect. We come in here, and this is a tough atmosphere to play in, number one. This is going to be probably the fastest team that we play. And you factor all that in, and now we're starting to have injuries pile up.
Well, you're really making it sound good. You're right, though. A lot of these teams that we played, we didn't know a lot about them. I mean, like Memphis Business Academy, you know, we didn't really know from year to year what they're going to look like. We know what this team is going to look like. And we know that they're big where they want to be big and they're fast where they want to be fast. So you're right when you said a challenge tonight. It's going to be every bit of that. So we're just going to roll in here and watch and see how it all unfolds.
Kendall, you have been upstairs doing some talking to their radio guy. You've also looked at some film work. What did you see on film?
Well, I mean, it's the biggest thing is they're entertaining because they're very quick. They're really good at what they do. They love, you know, making big gash plays when it comes to the run game and getting the ball out to their playmakers in the pass game. So it's one of those deals where you got to execute. You got to do little things such as tackling and trying to prevent those long runs like happened against Chester. So it's going to be a big test, but I think you approach it with that, you know, a little bit of that nothing to lose mentality. I mean, you just got to play football. And I spoke a little bit to Tayshawn Johnson at the gas station the other day, and you know, just from hearing what he had to say, he's excited about tonight, and that's the way it's got to be. I mean, teams like this, when you've got many D1 athletes on the field, it's a perfect time for guys on our team to get seen too. So you just got to go out there and display what you've got as a football player.
Well, they like to jet sweep a lot. They want to get outside, get their guys in space. I don't know how much passing that they do. Typically, they like to run the ball a lot. In the past, we were talking about if we were coaching and had to set up a defensive game plan, why not go one-on-one on the outside and just see what happens and pack everybody in the middle and really force them maybe to throw the football.
Yeah, I think it's one. It's almost like when you sit down at Cracker Barrel and you're playing, chess or checkers, and you make that one initial move like coming out in man coverage, and then you may have to alter that as the game goes on when they make their modifications on offense. But one thing is for sure is that they're going to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, and they love running around the edges when it comes to what they all do offensively.
Well, we talked about how you respond to a loss versus a win, and this is the kind of game. I mean, these kids are going to know that Haywood's a good football team, and if you're the right mindset, you want to measure yourself against that. I mean, you want to prove to yourself you can play with these better teams and better athletes. And then there's a portion in human nature that is like, whoa, this team's good, and have that hesitation. So, if you can get 11 guys out there at the same time with that same mindset of we accept this challenge, let's just see how good we are and go out there and play. And there's no regrets if you take that attitude versus the other way. And but, yeah, I mean, us in particular, fans that are watching the game, we're all in on it. But it's going to come down to each one of those kids and the battles that face in front of them if they can get it done. It's going to take that team effort. We talked about gang tackling, people getting to the ball. There's been games we hadn't been able to do that. This team's going to be good in space, so we're going to have to try to limit them from being able to get in space. So it really is a hard test, but they know what's in front of them.
Well, these two teams, too, in talking with a couple of folks up here, they've kind of run into the same problem we have. They were expecting, I talked to their radio broadcasters yesterday, and we were talking about our team, and he said, I'm really looking forward to y'all coming in here and giving us a game because y'all have always been a tough team. You got a great program over there, and you have for years. And I said, well, we hadn't had that as much this year. We've got new head coach, new offense and defensive coordinators, new quarterback. We've gone from a senior quarterback to a sophomore quarterback. There's a lot of new going on, and they're trying to get everything together. And, and he was right. He said, you'll have that from season to season in high school. We have it. Everybody has it. But we got the same issue this time of year. We're looking at trying to navigate through the playoffs and finishing first or second like they do. But their issue has been the same as ours the last couple of years when we play. Has been Pearl Cone. They can't get through them, and we can't either. But I was telling him we still have that out in front of us to where if we beat Southside and Lexington, that's going to work us into the 4th spot. Unfortunately, you got to go to Nashville.
Yeah, and Pearl Cone, I mean, it's going to be kind of the same conversation we're having right now.
Yeah.
They're just a powerhouse.
Well, here's another challenge. Let's see if we can get up for that one. You just can't let those negatives creep in. If you're a player, we talked about it coming over here, about how do you approach it when maybe as an individual player and you fumbled 3 times in the last 2 games, or if you have some of those doubts and negativity as you come into this ball game, and you got to let all that go. You just got to go play out what's in front of you.
Yeah, and we were also discussing, when we come over here, like I said, this is going to be a difficult game. Next week is going to be difficult as well as we go to Crockett County. When you have a season like this, even though you got 2 district games coming up, one at home, one on the road, when do you think about, or do you ever think about as a coach of going, okay, I've got this sophomore running back or junior running back hadn't had any snaps. I need to get him some snaps. playing that part of it. We need to get a little bit more here, or receiver, or whatever that you think that's going to be a talent for you next year.
Well, I mean, you talked about it earlier in the broadcast, and that's the injury bug has kind of struck us over the past couple weeks. And I think tonight you're going to have some underclassmen that do get a chance, because that's really all we're left with. It's the cards we're dealt.
There's an attrition problem.
You just got to step up and be ready to play.
All right. We're going to take a timeout. The national anthem is fixing to be played. This is a Central Bank pregame show from Brownsville, Tennessee. We'll be back right after this. I want to remind you, in the morning, your Sports Saturday starts right here on 93.5 FM at 8 a.m. in the morning with Coach to Coach Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis. They'll get you ready for SEC football and take a deep dive into the Tennessee-Florida game on 93.5 FM tomorrow night. And then me, Kirk and Kendall. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Me, Kirk and Kendall. We'll be in at 9 a.m. with Coach Seaton. We'll talk about tonight's game and get you ready for next week with Sports Talk right here on 93.5 FM. Next week, we go to Crockett County, and then Southside at home at Jim Carroll in a couple of weeks, and then finish up at Lexington. Looking at the schedule for tonight, South Gibson is open. Lexington has an open date. Southside has an open date. Crockett County, our next opponent, has an open date. Chester County defeated Oak Haven last night, 58-8. Chester County is at the top of the district with a 3-0 record, tied with Northside, or really probably a half a game up, 2-0. South Gibson 1-1, Southside 0-2, Lexington 1-1, and Hardin County 0-3. The captains have come out for Haywood County. They'll be dressed in purple tops with white letters and black pants and purple helmets, and the Tigers will be in their robe whites with a maroon helmet as the team start to make their way into the stadium. So we know they're fast. We know we've struggled a little bit defensively. I wonder if they change anything defensively tonight that we talked about a little bit earlier, or do you just stay with your base stuff?
It's going to be interesting to see, just as you try to prepare for what they present from a playmaker standpoint. I think they may lean towards a little bit of man coverage to start and try to take away the inside run and them getting out on the corners. And from that point, it's going to be based off adjustments. So, like I said earlier, it's going to be a big test, but scheme-wise, it's also going to be a big test because it's going to be a back-and-forth battle.
Well, I just think you got to try to stop something.
Yeah.
I mean, and in this case, usually in high school, that's the run. And a lot of people have different thoughts on that. And if things that you might need to do in a game or you would like to do, you can't really do because you hadn't really worked on it. And for example, I had a coach tell me one time, if you got four-man front and you can't stop the run, you got to go to 5. And if that doesn't work, you go to 6. And then if you have to, you go to a goal line defense, because you got to stop whatever they're trying to do, and they then you give up everything else. You don't have any help much anywhere else on the field if you do that. But yeah, you got to try to stop stop them somewhere, because if you can't stop anything, they're just going to variety their game plan to they just run you in the ground.
Let's talk about our young quarterback, Aiden Coleman, coming in. This is his third start. He's improved each game. He's made some plays with his legs. He's made some plays in the passing game. He throws a pretty football. And they worked primarily last week in the second half out of necessity. They had to get into the passing game, and it was very successful, especially over the middle of the field. And he had a pretty nice night, even in a losing effort. So coming against a team like this bunch here, more speed. Does it speed his clock up? Does he take off running sooner? How's he going to play it?
Well, just from a quarterback standpoint, I mean, it has to speed your clock up. You don't have a choice. Now, all that to say, the key fundamentals as a quarterback is, number one, take care of the football. But a lot of these guys, I mean, we're looking for not necessarily a vocal leader. We're looking to gain some momentum early in this game, and I think that's going to be a key going forward, especially in the first half. And hopefully we can get off to a hot start.
Well, and this is the kind of game that if you have one or two guys on the team that really do step up and have a great game against a really good opponent, I mean, that they may be a junior, sophomore, somebody on the team. Because, like I said, this team lost a lot of their leadership last year, and
sure,
you have a chance as an individual player to step up and be looked to by the other guys on the team. So there's a lot of little games within the game
But the
that they can do tonight.
The Tigers are on the field. Here comes a home team. We're on the home side of the field, the west side of the field. As Haywood comes on the field, let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the opening kickoff. You've been listening to the Central Bank pregame show from Brownsville, Tennessee. We'll be back with Hardin County football next. Welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee. It's Hardin County football. It's the Tigers and the Tomcats. I'm Steve Cornell, along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson, bringing you the contest tonight between these two familiar teams. Aketsa will line it down. The Tigers will be kicking from the south to the north. Back deep is Miller for Haywood. Here's a short kick. They pick it up, and he's going to be gone. They tried to squib it. He broke between two Tiger defenders. Nobody tackled the football. He picked it up and went to the house. And that's Lamar Curry. And just like that, the Tomcats lead it 6-0.
Well, they got a good bounce. They were wanting to short hop that bounce up there too. Kick actually had potential. It was end over end, a squibber. But it bounced right up into his stomach, and we just ran right by him, and all he saw was the goal line. The challenge
that was
got more challenging.
Yeah, sure did. That was actually Brooks. Now there looks like they want to go 4-2. Here's a snap to Miller. He's going to quick pitch it out to his receiver, and he's going to walk into the end zone, and it's 8-0, just like that. Unbelievable.
I wonder if they can kick. Just curious, because this team's going to go into the playoffs, and you really need a kicker. And a lot of teams that are built like this with a lot of speed, they don't have any. They don't have much of a kicking game, and it hurts them when they get against teams that do.
Well, you needed to get off to a good start, and that wasn't the start we wanted to get off to. They ain't even been on offense yet.
Well, here's the thing, and I didn't say this as we were warming up, but I was thinking it. You asked that about what kind of plays do you come up with. Well, playing a team like this that you know superior to you, it opens a playbook. I mean, as a coach, you can try anything you want in this ball game because nobody has a lot of high hopes that you're going to win it anyway. So you do have a wide open playbook, but that also creates a lot of negative plays because they're risky. That's why you don't run them all the time. And that onside kick, they're trying to catch them off a little bit. And I'm sure they saw something on film. They might be able to get away with it. They just didn't execute it.
Sanchez will kick for the Tomcats. Back deep is Saunders.
And that was quick.
Yeah, real quick. Trying to see who that is back there with Saunders. It's Thomas Stokey. Here's a line drive kick. It's taken at the 20-yard line, 25. That's Adams. He has a football trying to get outside, and he'll be knocked down at around the 30-yard line. So Hunter Adams will give the Tigers good field position. First down, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. So they'll come out, Aiden Coleman. And it looks like they're going to huddle up. That's something different right there as well. And now we're going to have a penalty, right? Well, they didn't call it. We broke the huddle with 12. So White out here to the near side. He's been injured as well. Now we go into a split backfield. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders. He just ducks his head and pushes a pile forward for a couple of yards. So a pickup of a couple to the 32.
Pretty interesting what they did. I mean, they had 10 guys in the box, and we had one wide receiver, and he was in man coverage against a player from here that Tennessee just offered a scholarship. And They don't think our receivers can beat them one-on-one.
Same formation, shotgun formation. Here's a snap. He'll give it to his big fullback. He's pushing the pile. We have a scrum, and now they blow it dead, a pickup of about a yard. So it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 7.
I can tell you they're not going to run against 10 men in the box.
No, and we're trying to control time of possession, but
yeah,
really you want to drain things. You don't want to get on the ball.
Yeah, you're not going to. There's just no way.
Now they'll send Lamarian to the right. Coleman in the shotgun, split backfield. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking. Fires down the sideline and just over the
Got
head.
a pass interference. They were holding on to Lamarian.
Of Lamarian, and there is a flag around the 45.
That's what you do right there. That's your shots you take, and you take a lot of them and hope you win that one-on-one battle just like he did right there.
It is pass interference against the Tomcats, and that'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st down as they'll move it out to the 49-yard line, the Tigers' 49-yard line. 10-17 to go here in the first quarter. 8-0 is our score. Tomcats scored on the kickoff. It's not what you think. It was actually kicked to an up back, and he just split our defenders and took it to the house. And the 2-point conversion was good. Now Lamarian over here to the left, split back formation. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders trying to get outside. He's going to have about a yard. I think he gets right at the 50-yard line.
Little counter action that time, kind of tried to create some misdirection to get him out on the edge, and they had the speed to get there.
Well, they got some beef in there, too. Tayshawn Johnson's in there at tight end position, and then we're running a 2-back set.
They got some beef up front, too.
Yeah, they do. Now they'll go into an I formation. Coleman under center. Here's a snap, rolling to his right. Fires and tried to get
That was there.
Saunders, but thrown a little bit too quick and too hard, and it goes off Jacob's fingers
got
and out of bounds.
Got another flag, and I think it's against us, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, false start on the Tigers. That'll move it back to the 45. So they'll replay second down.
Good call though, and it was he had a narrow window, and the quarterback missed in the right spot. If he'd have missed behind him, it would have been a pick. But he threw it out in front of him, just was rushed a little bit. Everything speeds up when you've got a lot of speed coming at you, and you're back there in that pocket.
Clock stopped at 9:30 on the incomplete pass that was brought back. We were in motion. Tigers taking their time. It'll be second down, second and 15. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking right, fires, and it's going to be over the head of his intended receiver. That's Stokey, the intended receiver, and he fired it out of bounds right over his head. And we were talking about, we wonder if Aiden's clock would be sped up, and it is right now.
Yeah,
he's just looking at, he's just looking at
down a little bit
and firing. So to bring up third down, 3rd and 15, the ball at the 45 of the Tigers.
I don't know that he's breathed yet.
I don't think so either.
I think he'll exhale when this drive's over.
So White will come out here near side. Now they'll go empty backfield, 2 receivers to the right. Man in motion comes back this way. That's Saunders. Here's a snap. Looking, fires, got the wheel route, and he overshoots his intended receiver at the 45. It would have been something if he could have caught it.
I'm telling you.
May have had something going with the first down, but he threw it really quick and threw it over his head.
Offensive, what they're trying to do, and it's so far just what we've seen on that series, is really creative. I mean, they're getting their guy, out in space. They've had him there a couple of times. They're just going to have to start hitting on those because the game plan right there is fine.
Miller back deep for the Tomcats. Pig will punt it away. It's a high kick. It's going to hit, and Miller will pick it up. Now he fumbles the football. It's loose, and I think the Tigers are going to be on it. They are.
There you go.
So the Tomcats turn it over as Miller came up and tried to field it after the bounce. It went off his shin, and the Tigers were down there to recover.
Attaboy.
I couldn't tell who it was, but the Tigers have a turnover now. We're in business. First down, 1st and 10 at the Tomcat 20-yard line.
That's the kind of things you need to have happen in a game like this. Get you, and they really looked. I don't know if y'all noticed it or not, but the way they're coming up to the ball, the way that they're bouncing out of the huddle, they look motivated.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, tight formation right. Here's a snap. Aiden's going to try to keep it outside, and he's going to be knocked down. That's a good play by their defensive end on that side.
Couldn't outrun him.
No, you're not going to get
that's
success
Sanders,
outside.
Caden Sanders. So to bring up second down, 2nd and about 13, a loss of 3, back to the 23.
Wasn't a good spot either. He got knocked back to where the spot is. He had some momentum up in front of that. But
now they'll go receiver right, receiver left. Stokey to the right. White here to the near side. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders. He cuts it back to the middle of the field, still on his feet as he goes across the 20 down to about the 19. So that'll bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and about 8. They'll give him the 18. So 3rd down, 3rd and 8 from the 18.
pretty good little push and run there. He just, like I said, I think they're playing.
White now to the right. They're scrimmaging from the right hash across the field. Stokey here to the near side. Saunders the tailback. Here's a snap. Straight drop. Fires. He's being held over there, but they don't call anything. He grabs some jersey. That's
Harris.
Harris over there. And it falls incomplete, so that'll bring up a 4th down, 4th and 8. Had him open. Maybe if he got it to the outside.
Well, and really a good time pass. I mean, it was right on time.
He he couldn't get his arm free. The defender was holding his arm. He was going to have to make a one-handed catch. Couldn't make it.
So it'll be fourth down, 4th and 8 from the 18. Stokey will come here to the near side. White to the far side. Now Saunders will get on the right side, and now I think we want a timeout. Jacob was going left. They put him back right. Coach Seaton saw something he didn't like. He wants a timeout. We'll take a timeout with him. 7:41 to go here in the first quarter. Tigers down 8-0, but they've got it 4th down when we can return. This is Hardin County football on 93.5 FM.
They're playing. Hardin County's.
All right, welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee. Haywood County High School. It's the Tomcats and the Tigers. 7:41 to go in the first quarter. 8-0 our score. Haywood on top. Tigers have it 4th down, 4th and 8. Empty backfield. Now Saunders in motion right. Here's a snap. Looking that way. Firing. Got Wyke in the end zone. Did he make the grab? He did make the grab, and now he says no. He must have lost it as he hit the ground.
Man, he had him in wide open. Wide open. That was uncontested.
Yep, and they turn it over on downs. But I will say this, if you've never been to this field, it looks like somebody's fixing to fold a piece of paper on the ends.
Well, the back of the corners of the end zone run uphill.
Yeah.
To the track. And the track,
both sides.
The track is actually in the play on one of these. I can't remember which corner it is. But, I mean, if you catch the ball, your next step's going to be on the track. I'll tell you what, though, they had their shot. I mean, they could have a touchdown right now. They're playing.
So it'll be 1st down Tomcats, first time on offense. Here's a snap. The quarterback will keep it right up the middle. He has it at the 40. He's going to go all the way. Nobody even close. He faked the handoff to the tailback and kept it, took it right up the middle of the field. We didn't have nobody within a mile of him.
Well, our safety came up really quick and went with the flow of the back, and quarterback kept it. And when they got a seal block on the linebacker, safety was already headed out into the flats, and there wasn't anybody there.
That was Carson Graves, the quarterback for the Tomcats, senior quarterback. Now they're going to kick it. Sanchez will come in. Graves will hold.
Be interesting to see.
Here's the snap. It's down. Here's the kick. It's up, and the kick is good. 7:17 to go here in the first. 15-0 our score. Tomcats on top. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. Graves goes, what was it? 82 yards on the first play, their first offensive play from the scrimmage. Extra point good. 15-0 our score with 7:17 to go here in the first quarter. Back deep is Stokey and Saunders for the Tigers. Sanchez will kick it off. Sanchez approaches the football. It's a end over end kick taken by Saunders at the 10, 15, trying to get outside at the 20, and then he'll just dive forward to the 23. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, you're talking about us going in man so we can stack more in the middle. But if they go, 4 wide, that's pulling 4 of the guys out of the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, just because of their set. And kind of puts you back in the same spot of being thin inside.
Those scrimmage from the middle of the field. First down, 1st and 10. Coleman huddles up. He'll send White here to the near side. Stokey to the far side. This is Stokey, I think, first start of the season.
Yeah.
As Ruddle is out with an injury, and we jump off sides. Can't have that. Saw enough of that last Saturday night.
That's 2 already. Yeah, in each drive. But like I said, I'm sure they're on high alert right now, playing this team. Everybody's keyed up.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 15. They'll move it back 5 on the false start. Something new, too, that we hadn't seen in a long time. That's the Tigers actually huddling up.
That's clock time, though.
Yeah. Well, the clock stopped. Receiver right, receiver left. Saunders, the tailback. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders, trying the right side. Has some running room. Cuts it back into the grain at the 25. Falls forward to about the 26-yard line. So a good pickup there on first down.
He really just needed one block to make that a foot race.
So it'll be second down, 2nd and about 6 from the 27. We got everybody like a jailbreak. Everybody's moving. One step forward, 2 steps back right now. But that's what speed and strength does. It makes you do things. It makes you hurry up. We had about 3 or 4 people jump at that time. Now Coleman will send a receiver right, one here to the near side. Saunders, a tailback, to his right. Here's a snap. He'll give it to Saunders. Looking for a block, cuts it back to about the 25.
So that play, that's a good example of where you got your perimeter blockers there out on the edge making the play. He had a great lane run through. But the interior line made the play scraping down the line because it's just so hard to maintain and hold the block on those guys that have that kind of talent. They just can't stay on them. But if he'd have stayed on that block for 3 or 4 seconds, that's going to free him up on that run.
So now they'll go 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Here comes a man in motion. They'll fake it to him. Screen play, complete. Still has running room, still on his feet, and he's going to have enough for a first down as he goes across the 35 down to about the 36, 37-yard line.
Big
Trying
Heath
to see
Hardin.
who that is. Heath Hardin,
Yeah, that's what I'm
freshman,
talking
getting some playing time on offense, and a good, tough run by Heath. So it'll be enough for a first down. First down Tigers.
Leg drive.
As they move it out to the 37-yard line.
First successful screen I've seen him run.
about. Amen to that, brother.
5:15 to go here in the first quarter. Ball on the ground. Now he'll roll right. Throws it over the middle of the field. It's going to be intercepted. Still on his feet. Now he'll shift to the left, and he's going to be hit from behind by Stokey and knocked down. Aiden just picked it up and threw it to the middle of the field and threw it right to one of their players.
He made that major mistake.
Yeah, just kind of panicked.
You don't see a game on TV that they try to throw it back across their body into the middle of the field. That's exactly what he did. He did the no-no.
So the Tigers get a first down, had a good drive started, and another mistake.
Did you ever do that, Kendall, when you was quarterback?
No comment.
So Graves will bring them out. First down, 1st and 10 Tomcats at the Tiger 26-yard line. They'll go 2 receivers right, 2 to the far side. Tailback is Sanders. Here's a snap. Graves looking for somebody to hand it to, and he's going to be just swallowed up and knocked down for a loss. And that's Rodriguez on the tackle.
Quarterback couldn't make up his mind what he wanted to do then.
Well, he looked like he wanted to turn and hand it off to his running back.
Yeah.
He wasn't there.
I think they busted. And
Yeah.
it kind of gave him pause, and we were there.
So they move it back. They lost 5 on it. It'll be second down, 2nd and 15. 2 receivers right and left. Now Manning comes in motion. They'll give it to him, trying to get outside. Breaks a tackle, turns it upfield, and he's going to be hit and knocked down by Stokey.
That's a good job. Good job all the way around.
Penalty flag comes flying in.
I think there was a block in the back. At least that's what I saw.
Yeah, it looked
They're looking at. Yeah, block in the back is the preliminary.
When the defender lands on his stomach, it's usually a block in the back.
Indication, and it is. It's going to be against the Tomcats. Good play by Stokey coming up.
Came up aggressive.
So they'll move it back to the Tomcat 35-yard line. So it'll be second down, 2nd and about 19 from the 35. Here's a snap. Graves fires down the field. They bust wide open at the 10 into the end zone. Touchdown. Somebody let him go.
Young man mistake.
I don't know who was on this side over here, but whoever it was got caught looking inside. They ran right beside him, right down the sideline.
It was a corner. Corner broke inside. Never saw him. Never picked him up. Wheel route. That's one of those deals where 10 play it pretty good and 1 doesn't.
Sanchez in the kick again. Graves will hold. Here's a snap. It's down. The kick is up. And the kick is good. 3:45 to go here in the first quarter. 22-0 our score. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football on 93.5 FM. $3:45 to go here in the first quarter. 22-0 our score, and it's been all Tomcats with a little help from the Tigers. And Kirk has talked about how Hardin County has come out here fighting here in this first quarter. But it's going to make it a little tougher as this thing goes along. Seems like everything that can happen again defensively has happened to us so far. Sanchez will kick it away. Gets a foot into it, and it's going to hit. It's going to be taken at the 5-10. That's Saunders getting outside at the 15-20, and he'll be knocked out of bounds. As he'll get to about the 23 is where they'll spot him. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Tigers at their own 23-yard line. So Coleman will bring them out. We've had a couple opportunities.
Oh, they've had several.
Yeah, and just can't capitalize on it.
Yeah,
Keep making mistakes.
Just, just a little overthrow here or there's been 2 mental errors, and that's 14 points on 2 mental errors.
So Hardin and Stokey will go out to the right. Now they'll send 4 receivers out to the right side. Saunders goes that way. Quick throw to Saunders, looking for a block, cuts it up the field, still on his feet, twisting and turning to the 25.
They're being creative getting Saunders the ball. I mean, that could have they could have used some of these plays earlier. I mean, their coaching staff learning ways to make things happen on this team. But like I said, with a lot of new faces and kind of alternating positions, different guys, it just takes a while for that to come around.
Here's a snap. They'll give it to Hardin this time, the fullback, and he'll bull his way to the 30-yard line.
I believe that was Tayshawn.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, that's Tayshawn. About a 6-yard gain on just a straight dive.
I want to give a quick shout out to my grandson watching the game tonight. I just got a text.
He wanted me to tell him go.
Graham,
Tigers.
future Tiger.
Well, I was going to wish Catherine Carroll a happy birthday. She turned 93 today and still kicking.
Yeah, shocking. Now a whistle as the snap is blown. So glad he's watching.
Doesn't help.
I'll tell you what.
Doesn't help the band playing while you're.
No, it doesn't help at all. There ain't anybody loves the Tigers more than that kid does, though. I know at his age.
I agree with that.
So we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight on Slice 93 on our YouTube channel. Also listening on 93.5 FM or the app, WKWX. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10. I guess that penalty was on them. Push it up to the 35. White here to the near side. I formation. They'll give it to the fullback. Trying to find some running room. He does. That looks like Carter Pigg on the carry. Picks up a couple of yards. To the 37. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 8. 22-0 our score, 1:20 to go here in the first quarter. Now White comes out here to the near side. Now they'll go into the 2-back set. They'll give it to Saunders, coming right behind Pigg, and picks up out to about the 38-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and a long 7. Something we haven't seen in a while. They're running a lot of motion.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're creative in their game plan, and like I said, they must be more comfortable with their base offense, and it's starting to, put some ice cream on top of it.
Here's a snap. Straight drop, looking, fires down the field. He's got Wyke. He's got a step and then falls incomplete just off his fingertips. One celebrating, but he was beat on that one.
He wasn't beat much. That was a really a good throw. Talking trash, too.
Yeah. So to bring up 4th down, Tigers will punt it away. The clock stops with 19 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Carter Pigg in the punt. Here's a snap. He'll get it away. High spiraling kick. It'll take a bounce. Miller will pick it up. And he's running across the field, and he's going to be knocked down. Man, good play there by Kenny.
Yeah, he showed some wheels on that play.
And he'll knock Miller down at
I think they're going
32-yard line.
I think they're going to get an unsportsmanlike on them. I think it's over on our sideline. Looked like we got slung around over there for no reason out of the play.
There is. Looks like a shot to the head. And it's against the Tomcat, so that'll back them up a little bit more.
It's dirty. Glad they caught it.
So they'll have to move it back as they try to get everybody lined up. 4 seconds to go here in the.
Look at that. Look at that defense. How's that make you feel?
Defense?
Yeah. You got one man from hash to hash, and
Had to push it back to the 10-yard line on the penalty.
6 in the box. That puts you 2 linebackers. You got 3 guys really there to make a play.
So Sanders in now at quarterback. Here's a snap. He'll give it to his tailback. He's going to break a tackle, still on his feet. We had a guy in the backfield with him, just couldn't make the tackle. He gets out to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I thought we had him snuffed in the backfield.
And that'll be enough for the first down. That'll be the end of the first quarter. 22-0 our score. We'll head to the second quarter. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. All right, welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee, the home of the Haywood County Tomcats. They lead at 22-0 as we go to the second quarter. Caden Sanders now in at tailback. I think Gray's, the senior, got a little bit of work being at senior night here. Now Sanders, the regular quarterback, is in the game now. First down, 1st and 10 from their own 22. 2 receivers right and left, tailback to his left. Here's a snap. He's looking to throw, fires down the sideline, and he's going to overshoot him at the 45. Good coverage out here by Stokey. And that'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10.
They had it again if he'd gotten rid of the ball a little bit earlier. We were able to kind of recover, and then he ended up overthrowing it anyway.
So 2 receivers here to the near side, 2 to the far side. They're going from the south to the north end zone, scrimmaging from the far hash. Here's a snap. Quick throw. Complete. And now he goes down the sideline, breaks a couple of tackles. Man, we had a man right there, and he just overran the play. Like we didn't see the football, really. Or either he was going for the interception, one of the two. But anyway, they get it out to the 40, and that'll be enough for a first down. Same formation, 2 receivers right and left. Sanders, quarterback, in the shotgun formation, 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. Looking to his left, still looking. Fires deep down the field, and it's going to be overthrown, but Adams is going to be called for pass interference as he ran right over the top of the intended receiver.
He didn't have any choice. I mean, he's either that or get beat.
That was Wilson, the intended receiver. So
nobody's going to fault you for holding.
That'll be another penalty.
If guy's going to score a touchdown if you don't. He ain't got speed to run with that.
So they're discussing it. Not sure what the discussion is. Maybe one catchable. Well, now they're going to call
offsetting.
They called a legal procedure against them,
yeah,
and then pass interference against us.
Yeah, I don't think they had enough men on the line. I think that's what they're calling the illegal procedure.
So
Jello did a good job then.
they'll spot it back here at the 40.
One of my old officiating buddies out there tonight.
So we'll replay the down. First down, 1st and 10. Tomcats have it. At their own 40-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Shotgun formation. Sanders the quarterback. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. Now another whistle. And they're going to get them for false start again, so they'll back the Tomcats up.
Well, their band's playing while they're running off there. I don't think the band has stopped. That's it. They're like perpetual music.
Well, all right.
Or noise.
More noise. So that'll back them up 5 to the 35. It'll be 1st and 15 now.
I mean, think what kind of lungs that trumpeter has to have.
And now the Tomcats head coach.
Yeah, he's about to come unglued.
Yep, he's not liking what he's seeing. He calls a timeout. So we'll take a timeout with him. 10:20 to go here in the first half. 22-0 our score. Tomcats on top. Back after this. Haywood County's coach, he wants a timeout. He was unhappy with the way things were going. They've had a couple of penalties back-to-back. It's 1st and 15 now, back at the 35. Here's a snap. He'll give it to his tailback. Hit in the middle or right at the point of contact, gets through the first tackle. Then he's going to be knocked down after a pickup of about a yard.
What did he do that time, Kendall?
He just ran Stokey about 15 yards and then just bull shoved him backwards.
So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and about 13. Here's a handoff. No, the quarterback's going to keep it around the end, still on his feet at the 50, still on his feet as he gets down to about the 41. That'll be enough for a 1st down. That's Sanders on the keeper. Drew us in, then took it around the corner.
I didn't know that
for a big play.
I didn't know they were a 4 wide, 5 wide set team. I thought they'd be more power oriented.
2 receivers right and left. Here's a snap. Looking to his left. Fires down the sideline. It's going to fall incomplete. Trying to get Harris. We've got their roster, and it's funny on this roster right here. Out of all the ones they've got listed out beside in parentheses, is fastest.
I've never seen that before until tonight. But it's true.
So it falls incomplete. 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Here's a snap. This time he'll give it to his tailback. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. Falls forward for about a yard. Big Johnson in on the tackle for Hardin County. So that'll bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and about 9. Sanders in the shotgun formation. 4-man front for the Tigers. Tailback to his left, 2 receivers right and left. Here comes a man in motion. They're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Tries to cut it back up, and he's going to be caught from behind and knocked down. That's Brody Ivy on the tackle for the Tigers. Yeah. Adams got the worst of that. He kind of got in the way and made Miller turn it up a little bit before he
Yeah,
wanted
I
to.
mean, he did as good a job as he could. He just happened to get hammered in the process.
So that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 8, and they'll go for it from their own 38. 2 receivers here to the near side, 2 to the far side. They're scrimmaging from the near hash. They're going from the south to the north end zone. Here's a snap. Looking. Fires. It's going to be complete. Breaks the tackle, going down the sideline and knocked out of bounds at the 15-yard line. We had another guy there to make the tackle. Probably would have kept him short of the first down, but he went and threw the arm tackle.
You know, and that's one of the things we talked about is basically if you could point to one flaw that they've had this year has been able to get guys on the ground. Their tackling is hurt them this year.
Here's a snap. He'll give it to his tailback, and he'll pick up a couple. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and about 8.
They ran that just
from the 15.
They ran that little comeback about 5 yards downfield, and we're having to give them so much cushion because they're so fast that can't recover from that.
That's Williams, the tailback. He'll stand to the right now with Sanders. Here's a snap. They'll give it to him again, looking for some running room. Now he'll break free as he goes across the 5, down close to about the 2 or 3 yard line.
Man, that lead blocker ran to the goal line and never slowed up. He was right behind him.
So 1st and goal. They'll give it to Williams again. This time he'll get tripped up but fall into the end zone for a touchdown. And they push the lead out to 28-0. As they set it up, they look over to the sideline. I don't know if they're going to kick it or not. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Here's a snap. He fumbles a snap, picks it up. That's Miller, and he's going to dive into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. 7:19 to go here in the first half. 30-0 our score. Tigers on the short end of that. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back after this. Williams goes in for from a couple of yards out, 30-0 here, 7:19 to go. And Sanchez will kick it again. At this rate, he'll have to ice his leg down at the end of this one. Back deep is Saunders and Stokey. Here's a line drive, goes over Stokey's head and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. So the Tigers will have it. 1st down, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line with 7:19 to work with. I know the score is rough, but the Tiger offense has really had some nice moments in this game.
I mean, I thought the offensive scheme's been pretty
Yeah.
well planned out. It's just execute.
Yeah, I agree. And really the execution on defense, I mean, they've got 4 wideouts, and we don't have 4 guys that can cover their 4 guys downfield. I mean, they're just too fast. But on defense, tackling is their biggest issue.
Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders, trying to get outside. Now he does. Breaks the tackle at the 25, still on his feet at the 30-yard line, and run out of bounds. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank. 1st and 10 Tigers. Good run there by Jake.
He can play with them.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 as they push it out to the 35-yard line.
I mean, Jacob's been doing that to good teams since he's been here. I mean, it's just finding a way to get him enough room to make it happen.
Clock stops with 7 minutes to go as he was run out of bounds.
I would like to see him in a foot race with some of their guys because he's got the wheels to do it.
2 receivers to the left, 1 here to the near side. That's Saunders. They'll go empty backfield. 4-man front for the Tomcats. Now Jake in motion. Here's a snap. They'll fake it to him. Looking that way. Looking. And now Aiden's going to take off. He's got some running room, and then he's going to have the wood laid to him at about the 32. But he'll get up. He's a tough dude.
That's a woo lick, but the guy that hit him's hurting worse than he is.
Yeah. He has some running room and closed up quick.
He made that fatal mistake, too, flinching up right before the hit. If you're not giving the hit, you're taking it. And he got hit pretty good then.
So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 9. The ball out at the 36. Clock rolling, 6:20 to go here in the half. Now he'll send 2 receivers to his left. Still in the huddle. Looking over to the sideline.
Got to hurry.
Yep, now Saunders will go that way. And now we're going to call timeout. We can't get the play call. So the clock will stop with 5:57 to go here in the first half. Tigers trail 30-0. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM.
Play in ain't got nothing to do whether they're in the huddle or not.
Welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee, Hardin County football. Tigers have it 2nd down, 2nd and 9. Here's a snap, straight drop, draw play. Coleman's got some room right up the middle. He's at the 50, turns on the Jets at the 35, still on his feet at the 25, and he's going to spin down at the 22. And that'll be enough for Hardin County Bank. 1st and 10. Good run by Aiden Coleman.
Good timeout.
Yeah, great play call.
He's got some speed. You saw it there.
Always faster when you've got a 250-pounder chasing.
Yeah, I had a old gentleman one time when he played. He said he was faster when they were behind him.
Receiver right, receiver left. Here's a snap. Looking. Fires in the corner of the end zone, and it's going to throw it wide as he's trying to get White down here. Pass falls incomplete. It'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he told me he was faster when he was being chased because he was on dry ground. They were on wet ground.
2nd down, 2nd and 10. Ball at the Tomcat 23-yard line. Second time we've been close to the red zone. Here's a snap. Aiden's going to keep it again. Looking for running room. Gets outside. Gets to about the 15-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They'll spot it about the 16. Looks like. So another good run by Aiden. That'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 3. A pickup of 7 on the carry. Receiver right, receiver left. Hard count, they jump. And that's going to be enough for the 1st down. If we did draw them, we did.
What's funny was they jumped off sides when the quarterback was looking over to the sideline to get the play.
Well, he gave him that one last hard clap. He took off, and the Tigers will have it. At the 11 now, that'll be a Hardin County Bank 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 to go from the Tomcat 11 with 5:14 to go here in the first half.
This kind of game, if you want to try a trick play, it's the perfect time for it.
Now they'll go 2 receivers here to the right. Double tights left. Saunders, the tailback, to the right. Now man in motion right. Here's a snap. They'll roll it to the right. Still rolling, still rolling. Got a man in the back of the end zone. He'll pull it down on his feet at the 5, diving toward the end zone. Did they get it? Touchdown, Aiden Coleman.
Atta boy, showing some grit.
And he laid 2 Tomcats out on the field. One on the ground, one gets up slow. But a nice run by Coleman. Man, he had a man in the back of the end zone. I think that was White coming from across the field wide open, but he decided to tuck it and go. Saw some green grass, and the Tigers get on the board with 5:03 to go.
Well, he had one breathing down his neck, too. That probably helped make his decision to run instead of throw.
So a Ketchup will come in and try the extra point. Here, the snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:50 to go. Our new score, Haywood County 30, Hardin County 7. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football. Welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson bringing you Hardin County football tonight. Taking on the Haywood Tomcats, and it's 30-7. But really and truly, I've been more impressed with the scheme and our offense in this game than any game that we've been in all year.
Yeah, I think so. But, you know, those first-year guys are just now starting to get it.
Yeah.
And the more they get, the more you can expand that play selection.
I want to remind you in the morning, your Sports Saturday starts at 8 a.m. with Coach to Coach right here on 93.5 FM. Following them will be us, me, Kirk, and Kendall, along with Coach Seaton with Sports Talk, and then Tennessee football as they'll kick off with the Gators at 6 p.m. I believe that's right, tomorrow night. Here's a high end-over-end kick taken at the 20-yard line by Miller. He's working his way to this side. Still on his feet. There's a block in the back, and then he's going to be tackled. No flag, though.
That's Kenny. He's made some plays tonight. He showed up. He's got good speed, too. Good play here on our gunner coming up the sideline because he pushed everything back to the middle, held his block, and gave Kenny time to get over there when he tried to slow up and cut it back. So pretty good kickoff coverage against a team that's dangerous.
So
on kickoff.
1st and 10 from the 30. They're on 30. 2 receivers here to the near side, 1 to the far side. Sanders, the quarterback. Williams, the tailback for the Tomcats. Graves, the senior, got to start. It's senior night here. Led them to a couple of scores, and now Sanders in the game. Here's a snap. He'll give it to Williams, and this time he's going to be hitting the backfield and slung backwards.
Fine play.
And that's Rodriguez on the tackle.
Tayshawn came off the ball and just stuffed the whole play.
So they'll give him the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation. Hard snap. Now he'll look over to the sideline, walk up. Here's a snap. Looking to throw. Complete to his tight end at the 30-yard line, and Adams is right there, and he knocks him down, but not before he gets close to a 1st down right at the 40-yard line. So what do we have here? Do we have a penalty flag? We got something going on out here. I think number 1 you were talking about, he slung Stokey down again.
That's 2 on him.
Yeah, now he's coming off the field.
Got a short fuse.
Well, he does. He's kind of been that way all night. You said he received an offer this week from Tennessee.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to make a phone call. Because he's been this way all night. He's just having a fit. His coaching staff is having to have a long talk with him now. So is that Stokey down on the ground?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Stokey's down on the ground. I don't know exactly what his injury is. It may be
that was
a cramp.
flag. That was a flag on him. They just slung him. I mean, he slung him into their bench.
Yeah. So we'll take a timeout. 3:45 to go here in the first half. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. All right, that's Stokey, the injured Tiger, and they're walking him off. As him and one over here, Caden Harris. He's the one we talked about earlier that has an offer now from Tennessee. He's having issues out there with his teammates and coaches and Stokey. Been a little unruly. So they'll have it second down. Or is it first down? First down, 1st and 10. As they bring it back on the unsportsmanlike. First down, 1st and 10, back at the 25. Here's a snap. Looking. Fires down the field, and it's going to go off his helmet. And incomplete. And he's been wanting the ball all night. And that time he hit him right in the hands and he dropped it.
Quarterback gave him a combo meal, and he just ate it.
Yeah.
Took it off the shoulder pad.
No, it took it off the face mask.
His face mask.
Yeah.
Probably knocked his mouthpiece off.
Well, he's been begging for it all night. He got one. He was open.
He's an emotional player.
Yeah. So to bring up second down, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Williams. Has a gap. He's at the 30, on his feet at the 40. Still on his feet at the 50. And he's going to be in a foot race with Saunders, and Saunders will get him from behind at the 35. Just a quick hitter. Williams found some green grass and rambled for a few. And a first down for the Tomcats.
Going to be hard to outrun that boy, though. Saunders can move.
3:21 and counting. 30-7 our score. Tigers trail. First down, 1st and 10 from our 35. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the far side. Now we have a whistle on the other side of the field. Not sure what that was. But anyway, here we go. First down, 1st and 10. Sanders in the shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Looking. Fires down the right side. He's got a man breaking open. It's going to be caught and runs into the end zone. And right after the Tigers get their first score, they strike again. That's Curry on the reception. He just threw the ball up, and Curry ran right by the cornerback on that side and made the catch and ran into the end zone with 2:49 to go here in the half. 36-7 our score.
Well, you know that old saying, you don't ever get beat deep. Sometimes when a track star runs by, you don't have a lot of choice.
Sanchez in to attempt the extra point. Snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick sneaks in the right upright and is good. 2:49 to go here in the first half. 37-7 our score. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. Well, the Tigers get on the board, and Haywood comes right back on a long passing play. Sanders to Curry. And the Tomcats on top 37-7 with 2:41 to go here in the half. Stay tuned for the Central Bank halftime report. That's coming your way here in just a few. Sanchez will kick it away. This time, Stokey will get it at the 5-10. Tries to make a move to the outside, and he's going to be knocked down. That's a young guy right there. He'll learn.
I know one thing he did. I watched him that whole play. He outran every player on their team to the football.
I've got a headache right now just watching that.
He went untouched to the football.
Goodness.
He's a sophomore for Hardin County. But he's played a pretty good football game defensively tonight anyway. He's had a tough task defending Harris. First down, 1st and 10. The ball at our 13-yard line to start this drive. Coleman in the shotgun. Man comes in motion. They'll give it to him. That's Saunders trying to get outside. Has a little bit of running room. And he's going to be knocked down as he goes across the 25. Kirk, I thought he had a crease right there and took it outside instead of trying to cut it right behind 82.
We didn't cut the pursuit off, though. They were too deep being able to string it out the sideline. He did get a little cut up, and that's where the 4 yards came from, was that little crease that he got through.
So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and about 7. The ball out to the 17-yard line, 16-yard line. Here's a snap, straight drop, fires, quick throw to White, and it's going to fall incomplete. Good coverage over there by Curry.
Curry's a pretty good ball player, too.
So bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 7. 1:39 to go. May have been a time we might want to eat some clock up. Third down, 3rd and 7 from the 17, our own 17.
But that's not being aggressive, Steve.
I know. Coleman from the shotgun. Saunders to his right. Receiver left. 2 here to the near side. 4-man front for the Tomcats. Here's a snap. Straight drop. Looks. Fires it underneath to Saunders trying to get outside. Have a little bit of running room. He's going to be caught from behind, though. That play never really had a chance because the snap was at Aiden's feet and kind of threw the timing off. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, you got to block somebody, too, if you're going to run a screen. Those guys are out there to weren't able to get on guys very much on that play.
So Cal Miller will be back deep. Pig will punt it away from his own goal line. Clock running under a minute to go.
Long half.
I'll let it run and run here. We snap it. No rush. He'll get it away. And it goes end over end. Takes a Tiger bounce. Miller will pick it up. Here comes a flag going down the sideline. He's going to be knocked out of bounds. But this one may come back. And let's see what the flag is. That's usually a block in the back. Clock stops with 36 seconds to go. Your Central Bank halftime report is coming up here in our halftime show is coming up. Also, your Tiger report is coming up as well. Maddie's in with us. Turned around and see if anybody's with me. I said that. There she is. So we'll be holding on the Tomcats. So the run back. Well,
I imagine
come back.
They're just going to rear back and throw it again.
Yeah. Well, they got Graves in there now. back now at the 48-yard line. The Tigers 48, 36 seconds to go. Here's a snap, Graves. Underneath, tunnel screen to Smith. He has it at the 30, still on his feet, and then the 25-yard line marker flips him. Now they're hustling down.
That boy is crazy. He's crazy.
And it looks like they want a timeout. No, we've got an injured player. That's Kenny down here at the 41-yard line. And he'll walk off on under his own power. 25 seconds to go. The Tomcats are trying to go fast.
Yeah, that boy outran his own feet that time. He had a touchdown. He just
Man, he's fast. He's so quick.
Yeah,
Once that ball hits his gloves, he's gone.
So Graves will bring him to the line. Williams, the tailback, to his right. Two receivers right and left. Four-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. Graves looking right. Flips it out. Complete to Miller. Breaks the tackle at the 15 or around the 10-yard line, and then he's going to be knocked out of bounds.
score at will.
So it'll be first and goal. Went out of bounds with 10 seconds to go. At the 6-yard line. Graves in the shotgun. Two receivers right and left. Here's a snap. Now here's a whistle again. Man, there's been a lot of whistles in this game. You're talking about it's been a long game.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of whistles in this game.
Second half's going to be shorter.
So let's see what this one is.
Clock's going to be on fast forward in the second half.
As they talk it over. What was the call? Did y'all see?
I hadn't seen that.
I hadn't seen anything with it. Well, they didn't do anything with it.
This field's really dark. They got some of the old.
I don't think they're going to get a play off. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. I don't think they realize the clock's running. They're calling a play, and he didn't realize it either. He thought the clock should have stopped.
He ran out of bounds.
And they wound it, and now they're going to talk about it.
Goodness gracious.
Again. Let's see what they discuss. The players are still out on the field, the white hats walking around. And now he's going to get on his mic. And he's going to come over here and talk to the sideline.
He's giving the clock the time to put back on the clock.
Yeah, it was right at 10 seconds. He wound it. There they go.
It shouldn't have been wound.
So they'll have time for one more play. So it'll be first and goal from the 7-yard line. Graves in the shotgun formation, two receivers right and left. Williams to his left. Man comes in motion. Here's a snap. He's looking that way. Graves is. He's fumbling around. He's going to flip it into the end zone. It's going to fall incomplete with 2.9 seconds to go, and he was lost. He had a couple of Tigers all over him, and they're going to take a timeout. The Tomcats will. We'll keep it right here. So a comedy of errors here late in this second quarter, especially. A lot of penalties. They've had a lot of mistakes as well.
Yeah, I mean, their coach almost had a conniption a couple drives ago just because of the penalties. They were kind of shooting themselves in the foot. And in a sense, we've returned the favor when we've been on offense too. But it's been a slow first half.
All right, so they take a timeout. Let's take a quick timeout before we go to halftime. You're listening to Hardin County Football. We'll be back in 15 seconds. All right, welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson. 2.9 seconds to go here in the first half. Stay tuned for the Central Bank halftime show. Also, our Tiger Report headed your way if we can ever get through this first half. So now Graves will bring them out. 2 receivers to the right, 2 here to the near side. They're going from the south to the north end zone. Williams, the tailback. He'll stand to the left of Graves. Tigers in a 4-man front. Here comes a man in motion. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Williams. Looking for some running room. He's going to be hit, and then he's just going to walk into the end zone. He goes through 3 Tiger defensive players. He's the one standing. We're not. And they score another touchdown here in the second half, or excuse me, first half of play, and they lead at 43-7, awaiting the extra point.
Yeah, I mean, that big offensive line just kind of created some space, and he's a big, strong running back.
So Sanchez will kick the extra point with no time on the clock. Here's a snap. It's down. Here's another daggum whistle.
Oh.
They got us offsides. The half that never will end. So Sanchez will try it again. Graves will hold. Here's a snap. It's down. The kick is up. And the kick. Well, they're both looking at each other. And now they say, no good. Off to the right. That'll be the end of the first half. After 1 half of play. Haywood 43, Hardin County 17. We'll take a timeout. The Central Bank halftime show, that's coming your way next. All right, welcome back to Hardin County football here in Brownsville, Tennessee. It's Hardin County and Haywood County hooked up in a non-district matchup over here tonight as we made the long drive over. Seemed like a long drive anyway. But the Tiger, the Pride, is out on the field. They'll be performing for the home crowd here.
The Pride.
Kurt, we were talking off the air as we welcome you to the Central Bank halftime show. It's an unusual ball game. 43-7 is the score. We thought that it was going to be probably a 3 or 4 touchdown game. We've got 7 points. We had it early in the game around the 17, 18-yard line after a fumble. Had something going there. We've had a couple of drives that we've actually kind of killed ourselves with fumble, interception, had some things going. But the offensive game plan has actually been pretty entertaining and put together in a short amount of time that we've seen a lot of different formations. We've gone under center. We've seen the I formation. We've seen the split backfield. We're doing a lot to get it to Saunders. But then after we get a big play or two, we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Well, you know, the old complimentary football. Defense is not complimenting the offense. Defense had a hard time slowing them down. And I think it really took about 2-3 series before our quarterback kind of got comfortable with what they were trying to do. He looked like he was rushing things earlier, which a team like this will make you rush things earlier. And we knew that we knew that this was a uphill battle from the get-go, and you can see why. They're loaded with talent. And I talked to the radio personnel before the game, and he said, there's one thing about us, we're fast. And we figured that out real quick.
Yeah.
Got a bad start. We had to kick off to them to start the ball game. Pretty good. I mean, kicking an onside kick to start the game, you know, catch them off guard, and pretty a good idea. Try to get some momentum early. Unfortunately, the ball just the perfect bounce for them, bounced right up into their stomach, and our 2 up guys just ran right by him, and he didn't have anybody in front of him but the goal line.
Well, we had that, and then we had, after a couple of big defensive plays, we had a bust over here, had a man running down the sideline wide open. Easy score there. A long run by the quarterback on a really basic play. Just found a crease. We didn't have anybody on the back end to stop him. And then they got Williams involved, their tailback. He's really good.
Well, another thing, too, is you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they punted in the first half.
They haven't.
And when you play a game and you don't force the other team to ever punt, you're usually in trouble. And defensively, they've had a problem tackling all year. I mean, it's just a fundamental part of the game that, you know, you out-block, you out-tackle. And we've missed a ton of tackles. But we're missing a ton of tackles against some really high-caliber athletes. So, I mean, that's to be said. But we've on multiple plays, we've had 3 or 4 different opportunities to make a tackle and busted on them.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. I mean, therefore, now, like you said, they've had 3 scores untouched.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that 21 points we've given them without a player on our defense even touching one of them. So a lot of things like that that's made it difficult for the defense. But like you said, the offense is freed up. I mean, you can kind of free up to do a lot of different things when you're behind 30 points. I mean, as a coach, anything you call is okay when you're behind 35-0.
Yeah.
And what they've done is, and I think this game will probably be a positive to them offensively, because they're probably going to be in some other games that they're in or slightly behind, that some of these plays that they've had success with tonight that we haven't seen will be a plus for what's coming.
Well, also our game next week, as we go to Crockett County, they got a lot to look at now. This is something we've done differently all season long. So, and I kind of like it. Heath Hardin has played well. He's a freshman. Carter Pigg has played well. I'm talking offensively, running that fullback spot. Also, Tayshawn Johnson. They've got him involved offensively.
Well, and Coleman.
Jacob has had a good game. He's a workhorse.
Well, Coleman's probably got a 100-yard rush.
Oh yeah. He showed some real promise. He's got some speed. He got into the ball game in the second quarter, and got involved in the run game. So a lot to take from this first half.
Yeah, I mean, if the offense has played the first half the same as the defense did, it wouldn't have been anything to watch at all. And
yeah, exactly.
So the offense has been creative and done some things I think that will help them down the road. Defense has got to prove they can make a tackle.
Exactly. All right, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, Maddie Bible will be in with us. She'll have the Tiger Report. You're listening to the Central Bank Halftime Show. We'll be back from Brownsville, Tennessee, right after this. Welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee, the home of the Haywood County Tomcats. We're at halftime. Haywood on top, 43-7. The Pride out on the field, performing for the home crowd tonight. And now it's time for the Tiger Report. Maddie Bible will get you caught up on all the other athletic action at Hardin County High School.
The Lady Tiger bowling team defeated Bartlett Wednesday 21-6. High games were Aubrey Garton, 224, Eliza Brown, 223, Chloe Steely, 192, and Addie Alcott, 191. The Tiger Bowlers also defeated Bartlett 16-11. High games were Hayden Ditto, 247 and 224, Camden Morris, 215 and 235. The bowling teams will be back in action on October 21st at Dyer County at 3:30. Tuesday, the cross-country teams hosted 15 schools at Horse Creek. The ladies placed fourth as a team and were led by Lauren Carpenter with a 12th place individual finish and a time of 23 minutes and 44 seconds. The boys finished third as a team and were led by Caleb Brown with an 11th place finish and a time of 18 minutes and 58 seconds. The cross-country team's next run is on Tuesday, October 22nd at Jim Carroll Stadium at 7:30 for their Under the Lights event. Tuesday night, the Lady Tiger soccer season came to an end as they fell to Lexington in the tournament play 4-3. Riley Strickland scored 1 goal for the Lady Tigers and Haley Shoemaker scored twice. Monday night, the volleyball team defeated Chester County in the first round of district tournament. On Wednesday, they fell to Lexington in the semifinals. Congratulations to the Lady Tiger volleyball team on a fantastic season. Also, congratulations to Tiger Radio's very own Colby McCaslin and Maddie Long for being selected to the All-District team. Maddie was also chosen as a part of the All-District tournament team. All Hardin County schools will be closed next week for fall break, but next Friday night, the Tiger football team will travel to Crockett County. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. If you can't make it out to Alamo, be sure to tune in right here on K93. I'm Maddie Bible, hoping you have a great fall break.
Great job, Maddie. Appreciate you coming over here and giving us your report. Outstanding as always.
Thank you.
I don't know if you're as good as your sister. Y'all are even. That's the comment. No, you did an outstanding job. I appreciate you and Caroline doing it each and every week. So will y'all be at Crockett County next week?
I'm not sure. I haven't heard anything yet.
Okay, well, you're welcome to come out and do the report whether you're in a uniform or not.
Okay, thank you.
All righty, that's your Tiger report. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to the Central Bank halftime show. Tomcats up 43-7 over the Tigers. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson. We're at halftime. The Tomcat Band is out on the field, and they've been playing a lot tonight, and they're loud. And when they came out on the field and I looked out, I think we may have 15 at the most.
Yep, they're small but mighty.
Small but mighty
we were
is
just
right.
talking. I remember back playing Melrose when I was playing. They had about 15 to 20, and that's the loudest band I've ever heard. So.
Well, you were gone a while ago while we were talking. We sent him on a food and drink run.
That's right.
And we were talking about what a weird game this kind of is, the score being 43-7. And we were looking back, you know, I can count up 21 points or so where, well, the opening play, the opening kickoff, that was a fluky type deal. We had a busted coverage after a couple of big defensive stops, and then a quarterback goes in, I think, on the next series untouched for a big run. We just kind of hurt ourselves defensively. The weird thing is offensively, the game plan. I have to give them props, man. They really worked on this game plan. This is something we haven't seen. We've been in I formation. We've been in a split backfield. We've been in wide outs to one side, tight formation with double tight ends to one side. Jake has had a good game tonight. against this. Heath Hardin's had a good game up front. Carter Pigg has had a good game at fullback position, and Tayshawn Johnson. And the offensive line has really held their own.
Yeah, and I mean, I mentioned earlier their defensive front. I mean, their defensive front is big, and it's full of grown men. And what we've done tonight is impressive from a standpoint of we really had 3 days to implement all this. Now, I think throughout the season, from week to week, from what I see just watching film, is we try to incorporate several different things to get Jake the ball and get it to Wyke out there on the outside, but really hadn't had any good progress when it comes to doing that. And then tonight, we've had a lot of good luck with what we've done offensively. And, defensively, we're in a little bit of a predicament because when you run man, then you have to try to run man coverage against people, some individuals that have gotten several D1 offers. But if you go zone, then those same individuals, they have about a 10-yard head start. And trying to tackle them when they get a 10-yard head start. I didn't play defense a lot, but I know it can only be a task at hand. So, the score, I know the score's a little bit far-fetched, but we've had some opportunities, and I think what we've done offensively specifically has been a big turnaround.
Well, after the first
week.
couple of series, Aiden has calmed down.
Yeah.
And when he calmed down, he's missed on some throws, but the misses have been slight. He's used his legs when he had to.
Right.
He stayed in the pocket. I know one time I was calling, I saw White break open in the back of the end zone from the back side. He was wide open, but he was under pressure. He saw green grass, took off, and we got it down to about the 5-yard line. That was our first score right after that. So, he settled in. The first couple of series, we talked about the speed. How are we going to handle that? How was a young guy going to handle that? And his clock was quick.
Well, I think back to when I was either a sophomore or a junior. We played at Brighton, and Brighton had a pretty stacked team when it came to their athletes that were on defense. And I can only think back to the way that I felt, and what you think is catch ball, throw ball. And, you think that process is pretty quick. And I think you saw that in the first couple of possessions on offense for Aiden. But he's slowed it down. He's been very effective with his feet when he's decided not to try to cut the edges on them. That's a quick reality. You're not going to be able to outrun them on the outside. But when it comes to passing, we've had some good timing routes. He missed a couple there early. But I like what I see. He's getting comfortable, and that's just the biggest thing. That's experience like this right here is invaluable, and it's going to help him in the long run. Kids like Heath Hardin, it's going to help him too. And, we've seen Kenny make some really good plays. Stokey's played pretty good. Granted, he's having to go man-to-man with an SEC player. There's some positives if you can just brush out some of those negatives, and hopefully we continue this momentum. I call it momentum, but it's these positives. Hopefully we can continue these positives in the second half.
Yeah, it's a young football team making young mistakes against a really good football team, and they'll make you make those mistakes.
Well, and you think back, I thought before the game, it's kind of like, I know it's a different tier system, but you think back to this past weekend, Alabama versus Vanderbilt. Everybody's like, there's not no chance that Vanderbilt even hangs with them, and then they go and knock them off. And I think that the mentality is you got to execute your style of football, and there early we kind of failed to do that, and then they gash us a couple times. And then when you're behind the 8 ball against a team like this, it's just difficult to catch back up.
Exactly. Well, both teams have made their way back out on the field. We're a few minutes away from the second half kick. Don't go anywhere. Keep it tuned right here to 93.5 FM. Your second half football action from Brownsville, Tennessee. That's coming your way in just a few. Back after this. Welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee, home of the Haywood County Tomcats. Tigers in a battle, trailing 43-7 as we move to the second half. Real quick, I got a text from Jason Fortune. Jason, member of Hardin County Quarterback Club, Big Maroon Club. His dad's having some health problems. Coach Mike Fortune, a coach here several years ago, and having some health issues. And so I want to send out our thoughts and prayers to Coach Fortune. He's a listener and a watcher of Hardin County football, and we hope he can get back to good health and stay with us and keep watching Hardin County football. Kirk, I was talking about Coach Fortune going through some health problems. Jason said he may have to have some surgery. I know you played for him. He's a good guy, and he's kind of been under some health problems lately. So anyway, keep your thoughts and prayers out for Coach Fortune.
He had a bunch
and
when
his
we
family.
played that would have laid down the road for him.
Sanchez will kick it off. Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken by Stokey. Makes a move, and he's going to be tripped up at the 30-yard line. Man, he had one guy to beat, and he got him at the 25, tripped him up. He had a lot of green grass on that far sideline.
Yeah, he saw it too. He saw that open field, and boy, he knew it when they tripped him. It just got a shoestring on it.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 Tigers from their own 30-yard line. Coleman brings them out. They'll start with two backs on either side of Coleman. One receiver to the far side. Now they'll run Hardin on, and they'll go double tight formation right. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders, looking for some running room. He's scrambling around, then he'll be knocked down, gets about a 2-yard gain.
Just a bit late on his read. He's missing those little lanes that you just got to pound it through.
Well, another thing, too, is he's always used to using his speed to get to the edge.
Right.
And now he's having to find cutback lanes, which is a little different for him.
So a pickup of 2. It'll be second down, 2nd and 8 from the 32. Now they'll go in an I formation. Pig, the fullback. Here's a snap. They'll pitch it out to Saunders. Has some room to the outside. He's at the 35. He's at the 40. Still on his feet at the 45. Knocked down around the 46, 47-yard line. That's Jacob Saunders. And that'll be a Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers.
There's another wrinkle we hadn't seen.
Just two great play calls right there.
And
well executed, too.
yeah, I mean, you only scored, one touchdown? But all in all, offense has actually clicked and looked more productive than we've seen them, and they're doing it against a really good defense.
First down, 1st and 10. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Pig this time up the middle. He just dives forward close to the 50.
Pretty good. A little hop step to get over in the hole, and then throws himself for another 3 yards. That's a good little run there, too.
They'll mark it at the 49 of the Tigers. A pickup of 3. Second down, 2nd and 7. Pig, a junior for Hardin County. He's played a lot of football the last couple of seasons. Here's a snap. This time Aiden will keep it. He's across the 50 into Tomcat territory. He's still battling and spinning to about the 40-yard line. That'll be enough for another Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers.
See, there's you another good look. You're 10 yards downfield, and their whole defensive line is back there with them. Yeah. None of the defensive line was still left at the line of scrimmage. And the offensive line was getting a push, too.
So
using
White,
Tayshawn as a lead blocker.
White will go to the left, now under center. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Pig. Trying to get a quick hitter. This time he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10.
They sniffed that one out.
Yeah, well, he hit the hole. That was a straight dive where it's just a speed play. He's not reading. He's just hitting a designated hole, and they were in it.
So 2nd down, 2nd and 10 Coleman this time will go in the shotgun formation, two backs right and left. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders. Had a cutback lane, then he tried to stretch it out, and he's going to get knocked down right at the line of scrimmage again. That time, if he would have cut it up, he had some space.
I think White's got inside leverage on that corner. If they could see it, he gets that inside move and then cut that into a post move. It would be open for a good 7-8 yards.
So third down, 3rd and 10 from the Tomcat 40. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking, now rolls out, under pressure, dumps it off, and it's going to fall incomplete. Tried to get Saunders at the 40. I didn't see where they wanted to go with it initially.
It was taken away. It was pretty good blanket coverage. Like Kirk said, White had a little bit of inside leverage, but that was quickly taken away.
So Heath Hardin will come in, and Smith and Pig will go out. Tigers will go for it here. 4th down, 4th and 10. They'll run another receiver on. Now they're going to go to 4 wideouts to the right. And now we have a timeout.
We got him. That's a good job.
And the Tomcats want to call a timeout. They didn't like their defensive setup to that alignment. So we'll take a timeout with them. 6:51 to go here in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM.
Quick, that number one.
Tomcats had to take a timeout. They didn't like the alignment that the Tigers
watch
have.
out.
Now they'll come in 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
Totally different defense now.
Now Smith is trying to get lined up. They'll move him to the right. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Coleman with the football. Looks like he wanted to run the ball. I don't know if that was a busted play or what. He ends up keeping it, and he'll eat it.
I don't even know what.
I don't know exactly what in the
world.
world
But there was
what we were going to do. But whatever it was they called in that timeout, we didn't execute it, and we'll turn it over on downs. So the Tomcats will take over. 1st down, 1st and 10. Clock running with 6:22 to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll come out with Graves at quarterback, Williams the tailback, 2 receivers here to the near side. They're going from the south to the north end zone. 1 to the far side. They're scrimmaging from the far to the at the far hash. Here's a snap. He'll hand it off to Williams. He's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked backwards for no gain.
There's a gang tackle, Kurt.
Yeah. I'll tell you something else, too, about that. We've talked about that number 1, who's such a good athlete and who's also done a lot of crazy things in the game, but he plays hard.
Sure does.
I mean, he plays from the whistle from the beginning to the whistle.
Graves looks over to the sideline, sends 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the far side. 4-man front, now 5-man front by the Tigers. Here's a snap. Graves is going to keep it, breaks a tackle, and now he's off at the 45, 50, going down the sideline. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, and then he's going to run out of bounds. Man, we had him back there at the line of scrimmage, and he just put a move on Adams. And once he made that move, he got outside and got to the sideline, and down the sideline he went for the 1st down and in the Tiger territory at the 20-yard line.
Good blocking downfield. I mean,
they're wide receivers.
Their wide receivers get
Blowing
after
people
it.
up. Yeah.
So it'll be 1st down, 1st and 10 at the Tiger 20. two receivers here to the near side, one to the far side. Here's a snap. They'll give it to a big running back, number 73. My goodness. They snuck him in there.
They promised him a run all
That's
year.
a big boy.
That's senior Jaden Pirtle, offensive lineman.
He's all of about 5'8", 340.
They got him a run. They're going to bring him off.
They promised him that. Way back at the first year. If we get 40 points ahead.
He's going to have to come over here and sit down. Now they got 54 in there. They want to get him a run. Here's a snap. They'll give it to 54. He gets tripped up by Razback, and Razback comes up as he tripped over Baylor's.
That's pretty sneaky.
His ankle, and he's going off the field because he got kicked right in the ankle.
He threw his leg up to get him. He got him, too. That tripped that big boy.
Yep.
Although he paid the cost, he's limping
he did. Man broke his ankle.
Well, that boy's not but about 320.
Third down, 3rd and 7 from the 17. Here's a snap. They'll give it to 52. He wants to run it, and he'll be knocked down at the 15 or 10-yard line. That was Adams on the tackle. And he's a big young man. They've got all these linemen coming in and taking handoffs.
Boy, I know one thing. If I was on Savannah's team,
that'd make me so mad.
I'd want somebody's blood, them doing that to me. They're just making fun of them now.
So injured Tiger down on the field right at the 10-yard line. We'll take a timeout with them. 3:05 to go here in the third quarter. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. Hunter Adams, the injured Tiger. He's walking off the field. Now they got another, looks like a lineman in there. They're going to give it to him, number 64. He's going to fall down. He just about killed his tight end. He fell right into him, rolled him up. And now we got another Tiger injured out on the field holding his ankle. I can't tell who that is. That'll be enough for a first down, though. It'll be first and goal. Who is that?
18.
18. That's Ben White for Hardin County, and he was right there at the point of contact. They just keep rolling these 280 to 300 pounders at us. These linemen, I guess they promised them a carry tonight, but anyway. A little bush league, if you ask me. Let's take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football right here on 93.5 FM. That's Ben White is being helped off. Looks like a left ankle. So two Tigers back-to-back leaving the game, two of the starters. And now they'll go back to Williams back here at tailback. Graves in the shotgun. Here's a snap, drops, throws it over the middle of the field. Nobody there. It's complete touchdown. Tomcats, I think.
Yeah.
Was it a touchdown?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he and now here comes flags everywhere as they're doing a celebration out there. This ain't college.
They're not going to have the discipline to go all the way.
No. Had a little too much fun. So the pass was complete. The reason I said what I said, the receiver looked like he went in, then he came back out. He didn't see a signal, so he went back in to the end zone.
Well, the bad thing was he ran about 9 yards, just a little hitch, 9 yard turn around.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody there.
We didn't have anybody to even be on him.
So Sanchez will come in to kick the extra point. Here's the snap. It's down. The kick is up. And this time it's good. 1:26 to go here in the third quarter. Our new score, Haywood 50, Hardin County 7. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. So,
15-yard penalty.
yeah, Tomcats, unsportsmanlike conduct after the score as they threw the football up in the air and acted like it was a duck and shot it with their shotguns, I guess.
Yeah, well.
They ought to know that that's going to get them a penalty, but they don't care. They're up 50-7 right now. Sanchez will kick it off from the 25. Here's a line drive kick. It's going to be taken by Stokey at the 25, 30, still on his feet, 35. Breaks the tackle there at the 40, 45. He lowers it and absolutely
I love it.
waxed
I just fell in love with Stokey.
one of the defenders, number 25, and got the run back out to about the 45, 46-yard line.
That little boy got some.
I love that.
He's got some moxie about him.
Well, he's a sophomore, Kurt. He'll be around a while.
Yeah, and he's
Good.
been the brunt of a lot of that stuff tonight.
So it'll be first down. And now what do we have? Oh, that's the end of the quarter. I was wondering what was going on. The end of the third quarter has arrived. We'll move to the fourth. Right here from Brownsville, Tennessee. You're watching Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. All right, back in Brownsville, Tennessee, I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson bringing you Hardin County football tonight as we move to the fourth quarter. Coleman brings them to the line, first down, 1st and 10. Here's a snap. He'll give it to Pig, and he's going to be knocked down, loses about a yard on the play. Be sure to tune in the morning at 8 a.m. for Coach to Coach. Following them will be me, Kirk, and Kendall with Sports Talk at 9. And then the Ball Network will take over at 4. They'll lead you up to the kickoff between Tennessee and Florida tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. All that's right here on 93.5 FM for your Sports Saturday. Coleman now will send 2 receivers to the right. Saunders will stand to his left. They're scrimmaging from the near hash. They're going from the south to the north. 4-man front. Now Saunders in motion left. Here's a snap. Straight drop. Here comes some pressure. He fires and just out of the reach of Saunders as they came on a delayed blitz and got Coleman. He got it away. He stood in there and took his hit. And actually threw a pretty good ball just out of the reach of Sanders at the 30-yard line. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 11. White will line up outside to the right. They'll go double tights here to the near side with Hardin and Smith. Looking over to the sideline. They're letting as much clock run as they possibly can. Now they'll call the play.
You're down 50 and you won't use clock.
They're going to have to hurry or call a timeout. Now they change it again. We're trying to get a play called, and it just can't get it in. Or they lined up in a different alignment. Either way, Tigers have to take a timeout. Clock stops, 9:55 to go. I want to remind you, if you're looking for a place to go for your Saturday football party, tailgate party, head over to Poppy's Barbecue and play the Pick 6 games. You just might be a winner of a free Poppy pack. That's all you got to do. Pick the winners. And if you pick the most games, you'll be a winner. That's Poppy's Barbecue in Crump, Tennessee. I formation. Here's a snap. Here's Hardin straight up the middle, just spinning his way into Tomcat territory right at the 50-yard line. That's where they'll spot it. I played opening football, opening season, won since.
Hey, with all the upsets, though,
I know.
it's an unpredictable.
And the thing is, you're just picking games.
That's it.
It's no scores. You're just picking games. But anyway, tell them I sent you over there. Fourth down, 4th and 7. Shotgun formation, receiver right and left. Here's a snap, rolling right, rolling. And he waited too long. He's going to be rolled out of bounds. Just couldn't get it away, or we didn't have anybody open, but that's throw it up in the air and just see what happens. But he'll learn. We'll turn it over on down. So it'll be 1st down, 1st and 10, Tomcats from the Tigers' 39-yard line with 8:24 to go. Appreciate everyone tuning in to Hardin County football tonight, and also thank our sponsors for Hardin County football. Next week, it'll be fall break. We'll be in Alamo, Tennessee, as the Tigers will head to Crockett County to take on Crockett County, the Cavaliers. And then we'll be back home in a couple of weeks, Southside in town, a big district matchup, and then we'll head over to Lexington for the season finale. Here's a handoff. Has some running room right side, still on his feet, spinning around. Still on his feet at the 25 down to the 20-yard line.
I can't believe they still got their first team in there.
That's Johnson on the carry. Yeah, they got their first team still in there.
Their starters are all in there. That's don't see that much.
So it'll be first down, 1st and 10 from the Tiger 20.
I don't know how much better 57 is than 50, but they're trying to get it. Our job to stop them.
Sanders in the shotgun. Here's a snap. Quick throw, complete. Has it, going down the sideline, breaks a tackle, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Tomcats.
And they do it.
And that's Wilson on the reception and goes into the end zone. Just a zero route. Broke the first tackle. Nobody else was over there, and he just took it down the sideline. It's 56-7.
Bad angles. We ran where he was instead of where he was going. You know, though, one thing that the defense is going to have to do is you play teams with really good talent. You got to get a whole lot of players there to help on the tackle. And when they've been able to get the ball out in the open, and they've broken a couple of tackles, maybe single tackles, one right after the other, we're just really not getting people running to the football. I'm talking about everybody. I told my son one time, it doesn't matter what kind of player you are, but you can run to the football no matter where it is on the field. And we're just not getting enough bodies to run to the football. Because you don't ever know what might happen. And guy may have to make 2 or 3 cuts, but if you're not out there, he scores.
Well, they call a delay on the Tomcats. They had to run somebody out there late. Here's a snap. Sanchez kicks, and it's going to be blocked by a whole host
I'm not sure.
of Tigers.
I'm not sure we didn't catch it.
Yeah. So it's 56-7. Tomcats on top. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back in 15 seconds. All right, welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee. Haywood on top, 56-7. 4:50 to go here in the ball game. Stay tuned for the Central Bank post-game show. It'll be a quick one. It'll be time for us to load up and get out of here.
Ready to get out of this phone booth.
Yep. Sanchez will set it down at the 40. Back deep is Stokey and Saunders. So Sanchez approaches the football. And a pooch kick this time. We call for a fair catch. That's Corbin Smith. And he'll catch it at the 31-yard line, where the Tigers will have it first down, 1st and 10 from their own 31.
They may be trying to get even with us for beating them. You know, that.
Well, last year was a great football game and a physical football game. Yeah, I thought about that on the way over here.
We got a lot of teams wanting to get even with them.
Shotgun formation, 2 backs. This time Coleman decides to keep it, and he should have given it. It's a big 65. came through the gap there, untouched, and wrapped him up. So that'll bring up second down, second and about 13. So now the Tomcats switching defensive players in and out, trying to get some young kids out there. They still got some of their first teamers out there, though. One hadn't come off the field, and I think they're afraid to take him off. Second down, second and 13. Coleman brings them to the line. I formation. Receiver here to the near side. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Pig. And he'll get about a yard out to the 31. So that'll bring up third down. Third and about 11, a pickup of a couple on the carry. Well, you know, we were talking about the lights earlier, the difference in the lighting on this field compared to at home is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yes. Our lights are
Daylight and dark.
Yeah, it's dark over here. It could be, yeah.
That's right.
They got several lights out. But, I mean, it's unbelievable how well.
Oh, this game
field
would have
is
been a
lit.
lot. This game would have been a lot closer if they had better lights. Like
Yeah,
they
we just haven't. We've had trouble seeing. Here's a snap. This time, Aiden will keep it. Has some running room as he goes across the 35. Still on his feet at the 40. Still fighting for yardage as he'll get to about the 41. So a good hard run by Coleman. And it'll bring up fourth down. Fourth and about 2. So the Tigers still fighting, even down 56-7. That was a good run there by Aiden. .136 to go. Tigers looking over to the sideline. They're going to take all the time they can on this fourth down play. Coleman still looking over to the sideline. He didn't have a play yet. Now he'll get the call in. Receiver here to the near side. Split backfield. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders. Trying to get the first down. He's got the first down. Going down the sideline. He'll run out of bounds at the 50-yard line. That'll be a Hardin County Bank 1st and 10. So now under a minute to go. We may have time for one more play. I don't think they've chopped it in yet. Stay tuned for the Central Bank post-game show. It's coming your way here in about 30 seconds as the clock is winding down. They may get one more play. I don't know. They're looking over to the sideline. Nobody is in a hurry to do anything, and I think that may be it. The official is coming in.
The official will probably let it go.
Yeah, they're going to let it roll. He's coming in to talk to the quarterback, and they're going to let it roll down. So the clock strikes 0. That was the last play of this game. Tomcats win it 56-7. Your Central Bank post-game show. That's coming your way next, right after this quick timeout. All right, welcome back to Brownsville, Tennessee, as Haywood County defeats the Tigers 56-7. And still showing fight at the end of the game. The Hardin County Tigers were. It was a shortened second half. But the first half, like we said, really like what we were trying to do offensively. Just didn't have enough horses against a team like this. Defensively, it was a struggle. Their speed got to us. And like Kendall said, they were big up front. So, some positives, I guess, to take away from this type of loss for a young team. But, they got to watch this one and get ready for next week as we'll head to Crockett County, another really good team and a tough place to play.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the year, you can't get too hung up on the negatives. You've got to focus on your positives and flow with that. And I do think there's quite a few positives when it comes to offensive side of the ball tonight. We did some good things. The scheme was good. We had good plays, failed to execute several times. But as Kirk would say, all in all, I think it sets us up, going into practice this next week. We face another tough opponent next Friday night, but we just got to regroup, have a good week of practice, and try to get back in the saddle next Friday night.
It's a good time to test yourself. I mean, they're at that point in the season and the kind of record where you can fold it up and go to the house, or you can push yourself. And right now, that's what they're looking at. I mean, they got to dig down and find out what they can do, and defense going to have to help. The offense is been kind of sporadic off and on all year. I think they tried some things tonight that were positive. Defense, though, is going to have to help them out. That defense going to have to do that soul-searching time between now and Crockett County.
Yeah, exactly. And, they still got a couple of games left in the district, something to really play for if they want to continue their season. You get 2 wins at the end of the season, you still got one more live to go.
And for the seniors, I mean, I was big into motivational speeches and still am. And one guy said, you suffer every week. You go through practice, you're beat up. You get something from it. Get a reward from it. And I think you just got to put your head down and just get back to work.
Yep. All right, that'll do it from Brownsville, Tennessee. Thanks to Ashton at the station running the show. Thanks to all of our listeners and all of our sponsors for Hardin County football. Remember, your Sports Saturday starts in the morning at 8 a.m. with Coach to Coach, followed by Sports Talk at 9 a.m. in the morning right here on 93.5 FM. Thanks for tuning in to Hardin County football. We'll see you in the morning at 9 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. We'll be back, like I said, in the morning, 9 a.m. for Sports Talk. So for now, for Kurt and Kendall, I'm Steve Cornell saying so long, Tiger fans. Good job, Ashton. See you.